You need to sell them on the whys. You need to get them thinking further about why this is so important that they make this change and do it. If you get really good at the script, there is a 99% chance they won't ask about price. Welcome to Gym Owner Freedom. I am Scott Carpenter, and I am a former broke, struggling, frustrated, and overworked gym owner that felt stuck no matter what I did to try and improve the business. Once I realized that the answer wasn't what I thought it was, just getting more clients, and after really doing the math on acquisition and churn rates, I realized I wasn't even playing a winnable game to begin with. With my current price structure, mathematically, there was no way I could afford to pay my staff so I could scale up and out of the business, that I could have the time, the money, the impact, and the freedom that I always knew I was capable of. Once I learned how to add value by selling transformational programs to people who needed more than just workouts, everything changed in my life. Today, I own 6 gyms that all run without me, and I am free to pursue my passion projects and work just because I love to, not because I have to. And if that's a goal that we mutually share together, then this is the show for you. I'm going to teach you the framework to make way more money with less clients and open up a world of possibilities to you. Subscribe, leave a review, and tune in every week. It'll change your life. I promise you that. All right, so here we go. We're off into the races. We have a very important one today. This is a big money maker. So if you've got the time, you have with this to the end. I'm going to breeze through it, but it's going to be incredibly important because this thing has massive potential to change your business very quickly and save you tons of time. So we're going to talk about the discovery call today. This is a 5 to 10 minute call. What's going on, Julie? This is a 5 to 10 minute call that we implemented as the first part of our sales process when a lead comes in. And I can't tell you how this massively turned around our business very quickly. What we did is we started crafting high and mid-ticket offers instead of just selling sessions and memberships, right? We did not change our landing pages, our advertising, our marketing in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that we did is we changed how we treated people, what we did when the lead first came in, and what we did instead of booking straight to discovery call. What's going on, Dell? What we did instead of going straight to the discovery call is we called them or set up a time to call them for 5 to 10 minutes really quickly. And that changed the game. I'm going to show you how. Some of you have seen the training I made maybe like 4 weeks ago on how I scaled a massively profitable gym, or how to scale a massively profitable gym that can run without you. Most of you know I own multiple gyms, 6. I'm about to sign a lease by tomorrow on the 7th location, which is pretty exciting. But you guys know I share my profit and loss statements in this. If you haven't seen this training, comment below, comment training or something like that, and we'll get it sent over to you. But, you know, I lift up my skirt. I show you my numbers in different locations and how I did it. But it's a really good one if you haven't watched it. But the reason I'm mentioning this is be happy to send it to you. Yes, but there's a reason why we really want to build profitable gyms. And we lose sight of that because at the end of the day, it's freaking difficult. But you guys know, if you've been listening to me for any period of time, that freedom is everything to me. Gym owners are some of the most amazing people, hardest working people that probably struggle the most and have the least amount of security month after month. And even if you doing all right, it's just, there's always that shit could change. We could hit a recession. There's the pandemic. You know, we don't feel settled. And the money's important, but the time to enjoy it's important. And the feeling like you can sleep well at night, not have to worry all the time. That's what we trade off quite often as small business owners, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to be scared or have the low-key anxiety. For some of you, it's high-key if you're in a tough spot. But it's really important. And this discovery call changed so much. I'm going to see if I can find Dave on. He's not able to make it live today because he's traveling, seeing his family, enjoying his time off, which is fantastic. But he's the one who really implemented this first in our Glendale, Arizona location. And the very first month when he did this, here it is. So this sheet shows our lead list from I think it's like August 17th, 2020 to September 16th, 2020. This is when we first rolled this call out and started selling solutions instead of sessions and memberships. In that first 4-week period, under 30 days, Dave sold $40,670 in new business. And this is before we raised our prices too. This is when we just had them at lower prices. But that is what he did. Again, no changes to landing pages, no changing to marketing. We weren't running paid ads. This was just solely changing what we did when that lead came in there. And we set up that first phone call. We call that the discovery call. Okay. So that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you exactly how we do this thing so you can implement this in your business today, not tomorrow, today. Okay. It's very simple. So there's 4 pieces. Let's get in the first part. There's the intro. So here's the thing. Let's liken this to a doctor's office. So what happens if can I go into a doctor's office and say I've got an issue with my neck? I go in there, ask to speak to the surgeon, tell him what I've got going on with my neck, what I need done to fix it. And by the way, do you have 9A open tomorrow and how much is it? That's not how it works, right? I can't just go in there and meet the surgeon. Like I have to call in, make an appointment. I have to give them information. They'll qualify me to make sure. They'll get my insurance. If you're in Canada, lucky, you don't have to do that, right? Then I'll get checked in, meet with a nurse, and then I'll sit with the doctor and I can go in there and try to take his frame. I can go in there and tell him what I've got going on and what I need. But he's going to say, hey, slow down a little bit, right? He's going to say, well, how long has it been going on? How long has that been happening? Does it hurt when you move your head this way and that, right? Like does it hurt this way, that way, when I do this, when I do that? He's going to diagnose what I have going wrong with me. And then he's going to let me know that diagnosis. Then we're going to handle the prescription. And we don't even talk about price until maybe then, or probably until I get the bill a month later, right? It's a different setup. Now contrast that to how you run your business. What if I call your studio right now? I'm going to call your number and somebody answers the phone. Okay. What is the process? You know what I'm going to ask you, right? What's going on, Scott? We'll send you that free training. Thank you very much. I'll send it right after we get done with this. So you know what they're going to ask. They're going to say, I just want to know, what are your prices? How much is it? Maybe followed by what time are your classes or this or that, right? That's it. The bottom line is every prospect that calls you up, they don't really know what they need. They think they need workouts. So that's all they're asking for. You know, in their heads, they're like, okay, well, I feel like crap about myself. I feel like I'm getting lazy. I'm gaining some weight. I'm feeling uncomfortable with my own skin. I'm feeling low energy. Like I need to make a change. I need to lose this weight. Therefore, I need to work out. Therefore, let me Google a place or I see yours come up. I'm like, cool. How much is it? They don't know squat. And here's what you do, right? Is you take that, you try not to answer that directly, probably. You try to build up enough value to show that you're unique, that you care, get enough interest so they'll come in for a consultation, right? And maybe you have to give them that price over the phone, but hopefully you don't. That's pretty much what we do. And then we allow them to ask us the questions. Oh, are your workouts like this? Is it like functional type or is it like this? Or like, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm sorry, I know you love if you're traditional bodybuilding versus you're more HIIT versus you're functional versus you're CrossFit we all have our biases, but at the end of the day, most all workouts will work, right? They just need to be done. And good workouts for sure. Nobody's denying that. But the workouts are some of the easiest parts of one of your prospects making a transformation. And it doesn't matter if they're working in large group or semi-private or one-on-one with you. It doesn't really matter. Like they'll get results because the hard results, the real results come from the other 165 hours in the week that they're not in your gym, not the 3 that they are. So the hard work and whether your clients change or a little bit, a lot of it, or not at all, it really has to do, are they doing the things outside of your 4 walls that they need to do, right? And so we need to open these people up to understand it's more than just workouts because they don't know this. In their heads, they're just like, well, I know what to do for nutrition. I just need to do it. And like, I need to start working out. So we need to take this frame. We want you to run your business like a doctor's office with that kind of respect and integrity. People, for right or wrong, people believe everything doctors have to say. You've probably lost a client from somebody that went to a doctor and the doctor said, you need to stop working out. I've had it more than once, easily. Okay. So we need to have that kind of same respect and authority. We need to learn how to do that inside of our business. That's what we call that doctor's office. You're going to come in like you are the surgeon, your time is valuable. They can't just interrupt you and ask all these detailed questions about your shit, right? It's the other way around. You need to qualify them. You need to diagnose what they need. You need to provide them the solution, okay? And then you close. So that's the whole idea behind the doctor's office. Ashley, Carl, Scott, what's going on? So the main thing is we're going to set up this phone call. Okay. We're going to set up this phone call. You can typically handle over text, automations, this, that, and the other. If you're doing paid ads, even appointment scheduling, it's the best way. But the great thing is because it's not just answering the phone and just they have the questions, right? They've got control over this. It's the other way around. Okay. So we set up this call. We let them know the first step is that we set up a 5 to 10 minute phone call to see if you're a good fit for one of our programs before we have you come in. Right. And then we set up that phone call. So when we call, we are in control. So you can build rapport for 10, 20 seconds. But remember, you're a busy ass doctor. You've got things to do. So you are polite, right? You've got a good bedside manner, but like you don't have time to screw around. You got to get right to it. So pre-frame that call. Let them know, hey, I've got 10 minutes before my next call, my next appointment or whatever. So let's dive right into it. My job today is really simple. I'm going to ask you a few questions to see if or how we can help you. And if you are, I'm going to invite you in to sit down and do a deep dive and start building out what a program would look like for you. If you aren't a good fit, I'm going to go ahead and point you in the direction of a place that might be a better fit for you right now. Does that sound good? And right away, it's just, can you feel that shift in energy? Like if I'm calling in and I'm like, oh man, these people got their shit together. Okay. All right. Right. And it puts me where I need to be. And they see you as the authority. Right. So that's the first part. That's the intro. Then you're going to get right into it. So remember, this person thinks I just need to work out. That's all they're thinking about. So we need to start reframing this, especially if we're going to sell something of value and not $150 a month group memberships. If you're going to sell a 9-week transformation for $3,000, $4,000, you need to be able to do this correctly. So here's how you open it up. So the first question, you let them know, yes, right, that you got 10 minutes. So you got 10 minutes. So we're going to jump right into it, right? Let me get right back to it. There it is. So you're going to get right to it. And then so open it up. Say, perfect. That sounds great. So describe what you're struggling with right now. Is it workouts? Is it nutrition? Is it accountability, discipline, or a little bit of everything? So tell me a little bit about your story. So you see, I just teed it up for them to say, because initially they're thinking I just need to work out. But when I'm like, what are you struggling with overall? Is it workouts? Is it nutrition? Is it accountability, discipline? Is it motivation? A little bit of everything. So of course, now I'm getting them to realize, well, yeah, I haven't worked out in like 6 months, but yeah, it's all kind of a mess. I'm kind of all over the place with nutrition, maybe a little bit confused with it too. And I'm just kind of like, I'm ready to do something, but I'm kind of like low energy right now. I just know I need to make a change, right? So they're going to open up about this. Sometimes that's the only question you have to ask, and all the pain and the struggle just rolls out from there. But this question is really important, and it leads into question number 2. So when you think about where you want to be and where things are now, paint me a picture of what that gap looks like. And what we're trying to get here is like, hey, I'm here. Ideally, I really want to be here. And so that's a problem that we can solve. It's not just workouts, like going from point A to point B. That's what we really want. We want a transformation of some point. Yes, it's going to be external. It's going to be weight loss, body composition, energy things. It's also going to be an internal change. So they feel better about themselves. They feel comfortable in their own skin. They're confident to go out with their friends on a Saturday night because they look good, right? Those kind of things. So it opens up the gap between where they're at now and where they want to be. And then you can expand on that in question 3. So tell me a little bit about what you feel is missing most right now in your health and fitness that you need the most help with. And this is where you're going to get more of those detailed things. It's just you're prying a little bit more. You're getting them to see that this is a larger problem, and they're going to give you a lot more information and elaborate. But the thing is like, this is pretty quick, and you see how you're in control because you're asking the questions, not the other way around, right? Otherwise they'd be asking what type of workouts and like, well, do you also provide some nutrition help, or what's your cancellation policy, or all these things that are just totally irrelevant for them to solve the problem that they're actually calling you for, right? So let's move on. Question number 4. This is where we want to make sure that they actually have a desire and they're not window shoppers or anything like that, right? And this can be Scary for some people to do, because I know what it's like. If your gym isn't getting tons of leads right now, you feel you got to just smother everything and jump on everything. But I can promise, like, if you have that feeling of desperation and commission breath, you're going to be attracting shitty customers who are just a pain in the ass, high churn, high demand, don't value you, or you're just going to waste your time. And that can happen quite often. So ironically, the more you paint the picture like, listen, I run this amazing business. If you're a good fit, that's great. If not, no big deal. I'm going to point you in the right direction. The more you're actually going to attract people, and good people that value you, that are happy to pay you every month. So in question 4, you want to make sure that they actually are serious about making a change, because otherwise you don't want to waste your time, but also you don't want them to waste their time. So question 4, is this a fix it now thing or a later thing? Rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, right? So you want them to be at least a 7, 8, 9, 10, right? If it's a little bit less than that, ask them what's holding them back so you can kind of start digging into that. But hey, if it's not that big of a problem, you might not want to work with them, or you just might want to let them know what your baseline prices are. And hey, if they're interested, cool. If not, no big deal. But if somebody's just a tire kicker, you might not want to dedicate an hour of your precious time to sit down with them, right? So that's it. At the end of the day, you get that information and then you qualify and schedule them. So I said at the start of the call today, my job was to ask you a few questions to see if and how I can help you. After talking with you, and this is where you can recap. Sounds like you are boom, boom, boom. You've been having trouble with boom, boom, boom. It's been affecting you in these different ways. You would be a perfect fit for our program in here. You can give a little pitch of what you do. And so I want to get this scheduled with you, to do a sit down, do a deep dive, and start building out what a program would look like for you. And boom, you get right into it. So you want to get off the call pretty quickly. Why? If you linger on the call or you lose your frame, they're just going to ask you the price. And yeah, you might have to answer it, right? But at the end of the day, you want to avoid that. If you get really good at the script, there is a 99% chance they won't ask about price. And that will work in your favor. Because again, in their heads, they think they're just buying workouts. You're selling something different. If you want to run a successful business, if you want to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 businesses that can run without you and have an amazing P&L month after month, and you have GMs or partners that run your businesses and make a boatload of money, you need to learn how to do this. The bottom line is. So here's the thing though. You qualify them, you let them know that you're going to get them scheduled. But here's the key thing. You need to sell them on the whys. You need to get them thinking further about why this is so important that they make this change and do it. And this is not just to sell a higher ticket program, guys. This is also to make sure that they actually follow through and they actually do the things that they need to do to get results. It is irresponsible if you don't get good at this. Like just counting rep, nobody wants to just be a rep counter. We did get into this to change lives, remember? I know it's hard, but this is how you do it. So you send them home with homework. Making the switch mentally is a game changer, Ashley. Thank you. Absolutely. And Julie, thank you. Yeah, I know this changed everything for your business. But the why. So in the meantime, I'm going to give you some homework. This is actually the first piece of coaching homework that I like to do with clients. I'm going to ask you to sit down and reflect and then write out your most powerful 3 to 5 whys. Those are the real reasons why you really want to make this change now. Why are you ready for this? Think of this as your guiding North Star. My clients who are connected to their core values and their why always have the best success in this program. And if we can tap into your biggest whys, we're going to make that magic happen together. What you put into this is what you're going to get out of this. Out of this exercise. So can you do that? Can you send me over your 3 to 5 whys before we meet, or if you're doing a virtual call before our next call? That's it. So you got to pitch the whys and then you assign that as homework. Now, for most of you, you're going to handle your consultations in person. Some of you do it over Zoom and phone. That's okay too. But yeah, make sure you get those before sitting down. When they think they get off this call, and you hold this doctor frame like, wow, this person has their shit together. I'm in good hands. And then you give them homework right off the bat. You are completely setting yourself apart. And they have to sit down and they have to reflect on 3 to 5 reasons why it is really important. Like digging a little bit deeper than, hey, I need to work out. How much is it? Now they're thinking, okay, yeah, I've struggled with this for the past 7 years on and off. At the end of the day, I'm tired, I'm lazy, I don't feel comfortable in my own skin. Like, they start reflecting on this, and then they write out those reasons and send them to you. Could be over text, could be over email. You have any idea how powerful it is when you have that printed out for your consultation? That's what you start talking about. It is a whole different sales process. This is how you truly reach in and help somebody change their life. This is what's needed. Yes, it is going to translate to massive financial success for you, but it is also going to help you serve these people how they need to be served. So that's the last part of it. And so all you've got to do is hop off that call. Quite often we'll schedule them not on that call, but after that call too. So and we'll get off the phone right away. So that sounds perfect. I've got to hop on my next call real quick. I'm going to shoot you over a couple times. That'll work. Is mornings or evenings usually better for you? Perfect. I'll shoot you over a couple times. We have available tomorrow, and we'll get you scheduled right away. Thanks a lot. Boom, and get off. If you linger on, they might ask the price. You might have to go down a rabbit hole. You don't want to do that. And remember, you've already set it up to let them know that you've only got 10 minutes. You have another call. You've got another client. You've got a coaching session. You've got a podcast to be on, right? So that's it. You are in control of this whole thing. It's short. And I'm going to do Q&A after, so hang on just for a little bit too. But you are on and off this thing. You're in control, and you're setting it up for massive success in your perfect consultation, which is the next step of the sales process. Paid ads. That's what I wanted to get into. So a lot of you had asked, as I posted, I was going to talk about this today. How does this work with paid ads? So it'll work the same. Now, here's the only thing with paid ads is sometimes to make them effective. Listen, everybody's got automations to book in, whether you do a consult or a discovery call. Go discovery call, because it lessens the barrier to them taking action and scheduling it. If the only thing you have on your calendar is like times it doesn't work for them until maybe Saturday and 4 days goes by, there's about an 80% chance that person's going to no-show. So the cool thing about the discovery call, it completely lowers the barrier for them to be able to schedule with you. Because they can, if it's 5-10 minutes, they can do that when they're at work. They can do that anytime. So speed to lead is going to help you crush it. Okay. The only difficulty with Facebook is that everyone has automations, whether you use Go High Level or this or that or the other. Everybody knows that they're less effective. They're way more likely to no-show. So on Facebook ads, a manual phone call to reach out to them is really important. So we have a little bit of a modified script to allow for that. To still keep your doctor frame, even if you're doing the reach out. The better way to do it, and this is what we've done. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this is what we've done too. So the difference of a good return on ad spend with paid ads and a shitty one often comes down to how fast can you get to them, not just automations, but with phone calls. And that's troublesome because you got to live by your phone 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm not willing to do it. I don't even want my staff and my GMs to do it. It's just not how I want to live my life. So we've collaborated with somebody to not just have like paid ad campaigns, but also to have appointment schedulers. So they will call within minutes of a lead coming in, introduce themselves as your appointment scheduler, and then book the DC in your calendar with their calendar connection. So they're getting on, introducing, hey, I'm so-and-so's appointment scheduler. The first step is I'm going to get you on his or her calendar for 5 or 10 minutes just for a quick phone call to see if you're a good fit for one of their programs before they have you come in. Does that sound good? Perfect. They'll schedule it. You call, boom. So the fact that you have an appointment scheduler scheduling your phone calls even elevate. That's like your front desk at the doctor's office, right? So that is how we crush it on return on ad spend. Like Shannon Logan's getting a 9.3% return on her ad spend for what she's paying Facebook and Instagram. If she includes the cost of professional ad management and the cost of having the appointment scheduler, she's getting 6.5x ROI on average, which it's getting better since we moved to booking the consults to the DC. Last month, the first month she did that, she got a 7.8% return on ad spend. And so some of you have asked in the past, hey, what is the Gym Leads thing? I've went to the website. It's not there. What's going on? It's because it's an internal thing that we have built with a company to handle stuff just for PT Legends clients. That being said, a lot of you have been asking about it. Yeah, we will open this up to the public somewhat soon. If you want to get on a list to like be invited to do that, like I said, we're not doing it now. Just shoot me a DM. let me know about it, or just throw something in the comments and we'll pick it up. We'll put you on the list. And if we introduce this to people outside that aren't PT Legends clients, you'll be the first to know. So I thought I'd interject that. But yes, with Facebook ads, that's a little differentiation, right? We want to call them because just the metrics improve all down the chain, and a little bit goes a long way. So that's how we do that. Hey, just quick reminder to everybody, if you are ready to start making an extra $10,000 more this month, every month, by making more money with less clients with transformational programs, and create a consistent flow of high quality leads, you can learn more about what it's like to work with me and my team at PT Legends and how ridiculously affordable it is at CoachScottCarpenter.com. It is such a no-brainer that it more than pays for itself when we teach you how to enroll just two case study clients. Really, that's it. So go to CoachScottCarpenter.com and learn more about it. Okay, so we are going to hit Q&As in just a second. So fire off your questions in the comments. I can read them over here. I will go through your individual questions. One key piece of advice on a discovery call too, we've got our script in like a 2-page front back thing. Until you master this, when you master this, you don't need this thing, right? But until you master it, it's really good to print this out double-sided, keep a copy in the gym, keep a copy at home, keep a copy in your car. So that way, when you've got one of these calls, you just know, boom, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. Really helps guide you through it. By the time you do this 10 or 20 times, it is child's play. And when you get really good at this thing, you are going to crush it. So you're going to see the results like Dave did, doing $40,000 in new business. And if you look at these numbers over here, this is a text message from some of the GMs that we have running our gyms, right? And Shane and Clayton and Ron, Dave, and they're posting April new business numbers. Shane hit $27,000. Dave hit $51,000, Clayton 20, Ron 23,000. These are the kind of new business numbers you can put up when you combine high and mid-ticket offers with this sales process. And a lot of you guys know that we teach you how to build out these high and mid-ticket offers, integrate them into whatever business you have, whether it's boot camp, CrossFit, one-on-one PT, anything. Teach you how to sell it, which is first getting them in the doors, which is organic acquisition and paid acquisition. You want both. If you are cash strapped, just organic. Don't jump into paid. Once you can afford to do paid, that'll give you great leverage if your system is set up properly. It is literally you put in $1 here, take out $6 there, and you just want to keep running that thing, right? Then the sales process, discovery call, perfect consultation, and then an amazing pitch and close, okay? Then how to fulfill it. How do you fulfill a program designed to handle all the 165 hours in the week that aren't there? You guys know we give that to you. And then it's all about renewals. How do you take a client at week 6 and renew them for 12 months, convert them to monthly recurring? And you learn how to do this really quickly. Like for those of you who don't know, we teach you how to do this in 8 weeks. We have a program before we had a year mastermind. Last month, we opened it up to being able to teach you how to do this in 8 weeks. And what happened is they all filled up, all those spots filled up in a week and a half. And we're teaching what we did in a year. We're doing it in 8 weeks to teach you how to do this and just lift off. So the discovery call is a very small part of that. For those of you who wanted to learn more about this or get our training as well, we were happy to hop on a call with you, identify kind of what are the constraints in your business. Would something like this be a good fit or not? If it is, we're happy to show you how we do it, and you can decide if it's a good fit for you or not. But if you'd ever want to hop on a call, and again, it's not a hard pitch. You don't have to worry about this. We're not going to present a paid in full offer that's only good today. If you decide for this discount, don't worry about that. But if you want to hop on a call with myself, with Josh Price, just throw it in the comments. We'll reach out. We'll schedule something that works for the both of us. But that is our 8-week program for those who are interested in that. Now I want to get to the Q&A. Okay. So can you tell me more about how the script changes for paid ads? Yes. Okay. So if you don't have an appointment scheduler along with your paid ads, how would you modify this? Because again, like I said, to get really good return on ad spend, you do need to make these calls within minutes. You need to double call because quite often they're not going to answer on the first one. Text, voicemail. You should be doing that every day for 7 days if you don't have a company doing that for you or somebody doing that for you. So yes, the way you do it, if it is yourself or somebody on your staff, and they aren't setting up the DC for you, and it is you doing all of this, the way you want to modify that script a little bit is you're going to want to call. Again, they're going to be tempted to take that frame, but you can still retain that frame by letting them know, hey, I usually set up a quick 5 to 10 minute discovery call to see if you're a good fit. Or you say, I noticed, you're right, I got the information that you clicked on our thing. I'm calling you. Normally, we set up this 5 to 10 minute phone call to see if you're a good fit before we have you come in. That being said, I have 10 minutes before my next appointment, and I thought you'd appreciate a really quick phone call. So I figured I'd reach out. You have 2 minutes for a couple quick questions. So I'm reducing that barrier to entry because it's a cold call. It's not cold. I mean, they put in their information, but you got to treat it like a cold call. So when you say, hey, do you have a couple minutes just for a couple questions? Yes, because almost everyone's got that. So lower that bar. Again, you're going to ask more than 2 questions, but just get them to say, yes, they have 2 minutes, and then you're good to go right there. Right. But you still prime it saying, hey, normally we do this. That being said, you're probably a busy person. I thought you'd appreciate a really quick phone call. Do you have 2 minutes? Perfect. And then bam, you can go right into it. So that's pretty much how you handle that one. Pretty easy. And again, I would encourage you, like the time and how much you'll miss. It's not just the time it takes you to cold nurture 50 to 100 Facebook leads. Like it's horrible. I hate it more than anything. It's not just the time that you'll save by handing it off to somebody to do, but it's the fact that like you're probably in appointments, you're doing sales, you're probably on the floor, you're doing admin stuff. You can't live by your phone forever. You want to enjoy time with your family, dinners and weekends and things like that, not have to live by it. So that is one of my biggest areas. If we zoom out and we take a look at doing something like I've done, as in, building a business that can run, has the ability to run by itself, or where you can grow and have multiple and retire should you choose to want to. If we zoom out and take a look at that, you have to grow your business where it's making the money that you need, right? That's right here. But then you have to scale the business, which is different than growing the business. Scaling the business is growing your revenue by working the same amount of hours or ideally fewer hours. You can't just grow through your own work. If you do that, you are never going to have the time to enjoy your financial freedom. And that is really unfortunate. I mean, I know so many gym owners that are still working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week, and they don't get the time to spend with their family and loved ones and do the things that they enjoy. And that's tough to do month after month, year after year, sometimes decade after decade. And so you have to start scaling. You have to get leverage. You have to start buying your time back. And the cool thing is when you do that properly, you can make more money than you're doing now and by working less. And guys, I've done this 6 times over, soon to be 7. The 7th gym, I'm not even going to be involved in hiring. I have my owner operator partner, but he's going to be doing all of the hiring. He's going to be doing all of the work. I'm never even going to meet the employees, most likely. And that's okay. So the main thing is like, it's really easy to get caught in the forest and not look at the bigger picture when you're just surviving week after week, month after month, and just looking very narrow, month to month, month to month, month to month, leads this month, new business this month, total revenue this month. You've got to kind of zoom out and you've got to build a business that can run without you. You can still work in it as much as you want, but it needs to be set up to have the ability to run without you. What if something horrible happened to you, right? You got in an awful accident. Like what's going to happen to you, your business, those jobs, the clients, your family? Think bigger than this. I will share this, and I know there's a long-winded answer to the question, but like I recently had a really rough couple days. My dog, who's just the like physical embodiment of unconditional love, she got bit or stung by something. We're in Arizona. They thought it was a rattlesnake. Blood stuff didn't show that. But bottom line is years ago, I would have panicked like, holy shit, I don't think I can afford this vet bill and might pay my rent at the same time. And it's like, I was able to rush her, drop everything. And I saw she was able to drop everything, get her to the vet's hospital, and at the end of the day, we were there for a little over 24 hours, over $5,000. They tried everything. they couldn't save her. And it's been tough, but it's awesome to not have to worry about choosing whether to try and save your dog's life or pay your rent. And if you're struggling, you need to make some of these changes. You need to make these bigger changes. And if you're doing well, but you're frustrated, you want to grow for more financial security and abundance and all that, you need to keep doing it as well. So learn these greater principles. It's not, being massively successful in business is not just about the money. It's not about a nice car or a nice house. It's also about being able to step up and care for the people who need you when it happens the most. So sorry for the tangent there. But it's just, guys, it's really important. And so many of you can't spend time with your kids, and we need to grow your business to where it can sustain you and provide ultimate security and abundance. You need to scale it to buy back your time so you can enjoy life and be there for your family. And then you need to enjoy your freedom. You need to live that ideal lifestyle. And I know you probably struggled for a lot of years. It took me many, 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 many years of just scraping by to figure these things out. And I'm retired in my gyms now, but there's nothing more I love than teaching other gym owners exactly how to do this. And so that is what my entire program is about. I do this because I love it. I am working full-time again for the first time in years because I freaking love it. It's amazing. And it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. So bottom line is yes. In the comments, throw, if you want to chat and hop on a call, learn more about this, let me know. Just say, hey, call, put call below. If you want the scripts, throw the comments in there too. I can email you that front and back sheet. Be happy to give it to you. Just throw in there if you want it. Other than that, this one's pretty straightforward on the questions. So I told you exactly how to do it. That's the exact script. There's how to modify it for paid ads so you can get to them faster, but not lose your doctor frame. And so that's it, guys. You guys know every Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, I will be here. Next week, we're going to have a new topic. Something that's come up a lot is hiring. How the hell do you find these amazing managers or GMs that can run this without you, that can be on the floor or do sales or do coaching and admin? How the heck do you set that stuff up to find that kind of unicorn? And so I'm going to be teaching a lot about that next week. The staffing is what holds us back, right? It's, hey, we can get there, but we lose a key person and then we're thrust right back in it. Now we have another 10, 20 hours a week inside of the gym that we just got away from. So how do you build a business and how do you find the people? So I'll be talking about that next week. If that interests you, you need to be there. Even if you're not at that step yet where you're really scaling and buying back your time, come to this training next week, because you will be there very shortly, especially if you're implementing the things that we're teaching inside of this group. So thanks a lot, guys. We will see you next Thursday, 12 p.m. Be there. Hopefully this was helpful. Throw in the comments for any of those resources that you need. We'll get you set up. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you are ready to start making an extra $10,000 a month or more this month by making more money with less clients and create a consistent flow of high-quality leads, you can learn about what it's like to work with me and how ridiculously affordable it is at CoachScottCarpenter.com. And if you got any value out of this episode, please pay it forward and leave a review for this show. It helps other gym owners find the answers to the huge problems that we all share. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.